It's probably when instincts kick in, sir. I don't think it's the amount. They go to us for a business decision from time to time.
Well, in this case, Mr. Taran, you had 4 accounts, received dormant accounts, absolutely no economic activity, $6 million, $20 million, $25 million, $30 million, totaling $81 million, and they did not go to you and say, Chief, these 4 accounts, all dormant, suddenly received this 1 billion pesos average each.
No, sir, they did not go to me.
Should they have done to you?
No.
Well, we have existing...
Ms. Marcel,
We have existing policies and controls, Your Honor, and as CEO, you assume that, you know, their responsibilities are being done.
all right. Now, supposing $100 million each had been deposited into the account, they would not have done to you?
I think in that case, you know, they would have gone to me. I mean, it's like the difference between lending a 50 million clean loan versus a billion clean loan. Instincts come in.
Ayan. So meron kang threshold amount. I'm trying to determine what the threshold amount. You said it's about $22 million. And so if you had 100 anonymous fake accounts and they each received $22 million or less, it doesn't come to the CEO's attention.
That's why, my opinion, Your Honor, you know, thresholds can only give you, you know, protection at a certain point, because people will find out what your threshold is and then they will remit below that. I mean, that happened when we started filtering OFW remittances. The limit was 10,000, so some people were remitting 9,000, you know, 10 times or 40 times, right?
That's right.
I think what will really...
But we're not talking about $10,000 here.
What will really catch, you know, dirty money would be, you know, having intelligent systems in your bank, like what you have in global banks today. I mean, even if you have, you know, modern software, you still need instincts to kick in. You know, your compliance people, your operations people, your sales people, they all have to use their judgment.
You know, if all the other banks have threshold amounts of $1 million, $2.5 million, maximum $5 million, yours is at $22 million, you are way out of line vis-a-vis your other peers.
Your Honor, I think,
community.
I think it depends on the size of your bank. You know, our total assets as of year end was 530 billion pesos. So, you know, I think 1 billion was a reasonable amount at the time. Now, because of this experience,
the banks I talked to were all much bigger than RCBC, and they all had threshold amounts of that million, $2.5 million.
well, again, Your Honor, it's a balancing act. If you lower the amount, commerce will be affected, because some of these remittances are meant to pay certain obligations. Like if you're dealing with the
Only for RCBC? Only for RCBC? I mean, you were president of the Bankers Association of the Philippines for 2 years, so surely you knew exactly what the other banks also were doing, what their thresholds were.
Unfortunately, Your Honor, we don't share notes on thresholds and things like that. But, you know, some banks have a similar system.
Wouldn't the AMLA compliance be one of your concerns as president of the Bankers Association of the Philippines?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I think RCBC was compliant with AMLA policies. I think what happened here is, you know, some judgment error from, you know, from the people, you know, on the ground. I think if you look at our systems, we have been applying Six Sigma principles in our processes. You know, we have foreign consultants that look at every process of the bank. And we have 16 products that we sell to every consumer and every corporation. Remittance is just one of 16, Your Honor. I mean, banks have 1,000 processes. If you decide to change the whole kitchen of a bank, you have to go through 1,000 processes, right? And this is one of them. I think what happened here is, we had the IT controls, the human controls, but unfortunately it failed in the end, in the execution.
And it would fail again because as Attorney Fernandez responded, he wouldn't stop the transaction from
This
going
experience is, we have made changes to our present system to prevent this from happening again. And if you ask my opinion, Your Honor, I mean, it can happen again. But Philippine banks have to upgrade to cognitive systems. We have to look at our employee behavior, what time they go in, what time they go out, what they do outside. We have to look at transaction behavior. Only computers can do that. Because if you have a bank and you envision to have 20 million, 40 million customers times X number of transactions per second, there's no way you can have human intervention along the way. You must combine people in IT.
The other banks have human intervention.
Well, Your Honor, it's like a Formula
Not
1
as a
race, right?
standard, but at a certain level, they have human intervention. Like I said, the threshold amounts of $1 million. Now, since these banks are 10 times bigger than RCBC,
It's balancing
their
cost
volumes are much
efficiency
bigger.
and speed, Your Honor. I mean, in our business, you have to balance cost efficiency, speed, and control, right? I mean, the global banks, they were hit with Bernie Madoff. 4 years they were in the books of the largest U.S. bank, right?
Yes.
Nick Leeson brought down a 100-year-old institution because of poor controls. This happens because, it's just like racing a Formula 1 race. You either invest in a Ferrari or a McLaren and have the best driver to drive it. You need both. We have the 6 levels of training program. And yes, we are sorry this happened, but, it's human error, human judgment, or,
We're trying
it's
to
intentional.
determine. That's precisely we appreciate your comments, and the committee is trying to determine whether human judgment was indeed the main culprit in this case, or the compliance rules of RCBC
We're-
severely lacking. But tell me something. Again, may dumating na $100 million. One account. No justification, no legal, no trade, no services. Wouldn't that get up to you?
Well, if the systems are working, I mean, given our
We
present
assume
systems-
that they're
Yeah,
working in a
someone
would it have reached you?
Yeah, give me a chance, Your Honor. Someone should really go down there and ask.
Yes, should. I want to ask you, would it have reached your level?
It depends, Your Honor. If it's a multinational company with, that reasonable level of business volume, I don't think it will reach me.
No, if it's a
But if it was
multinational company and this is in the normal process, I'm Shell Corporation, I have an RCBC account, I normally have transactions in the hundreds of millions of dollars a month. Of course it's going to be not. But here I'm talking about a specific situation where it's an inactive or dormant account. It's got $500 in deposit. It suddenly receives $100 million.
Well, a perfectly working internal control system, I would hope it really does not need to go to a CEO. The control should kick
No,
in.
you're speaking in hypothetical terms. I'm asking you if $100 million had been deposited to the account of, I'll give you one name, Lagrosas, would you have been alerted under your current process?
No, Your Honor.
You would not.
Yes.
$200 million, would you have been alerted?
Well, again, if the people feel that
No, not if. Would you have been alerted under the circumstances?
there's no policy written that it needs
No,
to
we're
go
not
to.
talking about, you're
Yeah.
talking about judgment. you're talking about having trained your people to use their judgment, correct? Because a lot of these are judgment calls. So I'm asking you, what would their judgment be? May dumating $200 million, isang account, $500 in deposit, dormant. Wouldn't I run up to my boss and say, boss, what do I do with this?
Well, I'm hoping that the compliance people and
would they have come up to you or not? Don't you?
I would think that the group head and the compliance people should be able to solve that problem
Themselves?
Yes, sir.
All right. If the amount were $400 million,
well, if it's extraordinary or unusual, probably
how extraordinary can that be? How extraordinary do you want it to be?
it's really based on experience, Your Honor. I mean,
Yes, and so let's be more specific. We're not sophisticated bankers, so we'd like to know what would be that warning sign that would alert your people to tell you that something fantastic is happening.
If it's beyond reason or beyond the
Would
ordinary
you
course of
consider
the,
$400 million within reason or beyond reason?
Your Honor, we just raised $400 million last year, right? And since it's going to RCBC, I don't think the banks would question something like that. So, if it's to a Mr. Juan de la Cruz who's a salaried employee, I think, it would raise alarm bells in the bank.
I'm talking about a dormant account with $500 US dollars suddenly receiving $400 million.
Yeah, well, the appropriate procedures would kick in, Your Honor, the STR report and things like that.
Yeah, I know that,
Yeah.
but you're always talking hypothetically. I'd like you to tell me, would $400 million have alerted your boys to tell you, take a look at this?
I think eventually they will inform me, but no, I don't think...
Eventually?
Yes, I don't think they'll have
If it were
inform me the
$800
same
million,
day. I think 800 is really out of whack, I mean...
you mean it's impossible?
Well, no, I mean, of course it will ring major alarm bells, right?
And you would be informed.
I think at the end of the day, they will inform me.
At the end of what day?
At the end of the day when the remittance came in.
So if the remittance came in at 8 o'clock in the morning, you'll only find out at night.
Based on our present systems, yes, sir.
Oh, what? Well, at this point, Mr. Chair, with your permission, perhaps you'd like to...
Yes, we have here a table. You hold this, please. This is a table of, as we all know, the amounts involved was $950 million. Okay? $81 million went through the system, went to RCBC. And another $20 million was subject to a stop order by the Federal Reserve, which is on its way to Sri Lanka. Okay. We're talking about 35 payment instructions, totaling $951 million. Now, 5 payment instructions went through. This one covers the 30 payment instructions that did not go through. What is notable here is that all payment instructions were created on the same day, February 5, 2016. What time? They were created in all 30 payment instructions, totaling $850 million, is created in 2 seconds. 12 midnight and 51 seconds to 12 midnight, 51 minutes and 51 seconds, 12 midnights, 51 minutes to 52 seconds. 2 seconds, 850 million payment instructions were created. Now, it's all stated here that the beneficiary bank, or the bank to which the payment instructions were to be sent, the $850 million, all of it is in the name of RCBC. All of it, $850 million. And then from RCBC, the $850 million would have gone to the 5 fictitious accounts. Ralph Picache, Michael Cruz, Jessica Rosas, Alfred Vergara, and Rico Vasquez. 5 fictitious accounts, each having $30 million, payment instructions, $30 or $20 million. 5. And then, after that, another 5 names, the same name. So it goes round and round by succession. Iniikot-ikot lang, succeeding names. So that is what we see. And that is what would have happened had the Federal Reserve Bank of New York if the Federal Reserve Bank of New York honored the payment instructions. Luckily, because of their diligence, they did stop this 30 payment orders. In fact, the Federal Reserve sent a telex or a message to the Bank of Bangladesh, and they were asking the following information. Number 1, they say, we would greatly appreciate if you could provide us with more information on these transactions. Specifically, please provide the following. Number 1, full information of the beneficiaries, Alfred Vergara, Jose Christopher Rosas, Michael Cruz, Enrico Velasquez, Ralph Picache. Then they go on and say, please include their occupation, connection to the originating party, which is the Bank of Bangladesh, and a website reference if possible. Then number 2, what is the professional relationship, if any, between the 5 individual beneficiaries? Then number 3, full details of the underlying goods or services covered by these payments. I suppose they suppose that these were for the purchase of goods or services. So they were asking details. And number 4, which is very intriguing, why are these payments that represent repayment of institutional loans being made to these individual beneficiaries? So in other words, we're wondering why the central bank is dealing with individual beneficiaries. As we all know, central banks do not deal with individuals. So what is remarkable here is that had it gone through, it would have all 850 million or 951 million minus the 20 million for Sri Lanka would have all gone to RCBC and then into the accounts of the fictitious persons. That would be the line of reasoning that Senator Osmeña was trying to call. Senator Osmeña?
Mr. Tan.
I think in that case, Your Honor, it will elicit a different reaction from the people below.
Different reaction. What?
Well,
reaction?
because the amount is so outrageous. I mean, it's like a credit card that averages $1,000 a month, then all of a sudden it's charging $100,000. You know, it will be a different reaction from the team.
That's right, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Tan. As a matter of fact, this was a credit card that didn't even average $1,000 a month. It averaged $0 a month. So that's why the committee wanted to learn from you what would have triggered a stop payment on the part of RCBC. And I guess you're saying that it would only have come up to, all in all, $950 million. Pag dumating doon, mag-i-stop ka na ng payment.
No, Your Honor. Even in the 81, we had hold orders that were implemented, right?
Which 81?
The-
You mean the original deposits?
Yes,
You had hold orders.
yes.
But you see, the money went through. And we're trying to find out when will you act to stop the payment. And obviously you said, well, $81 million, it's up to my lower guys to determine whether it should come up to me. But at $850 million, it will definitely be brought to your attention. And you're not telling the committee whether you would have executed a stop payment, or if you would have allowed the $850 million to go through because the law does not allow you to stop the payment. We'd like to know. Would you like me to respond, Mr. Tan?
Well, I'd like to discuss details of what happened in that specific transaction, Your Honor, but again, because of bank secrecy, we cannot disclose.
No, we're not talking about a specific transaction any longer, Mr. Chairman, because these amounts did not go through. They were held by New York, $850 million US, all supposed to have been transmitted to RCBC in the same manner that the first 4 accounts were from New York. Kaya tinatanong ng komite, kailan ba kayo mag-a-action? When will you take action under your internal rules?
Those transactions were subjected to the end-of-day review, Your Honor.
End of day.
Yes.
So pag dumating ng 8 o'clock in the morning, itutuloy ng